Hi everyone. In this video we will see some of a YouTube video about an interview with Caroline Kennedy, daughter of John Kennedy.
President Kennedy asked the CIA to install secret taping devices in the Oval Office. Many of his conversations with cabinet members and heads of state appear for the first time in a new book. It's called Listening In, the Secret White House Recordings of John F. Kennedy. The president's daughter, Caroline, wrote the foreword to the book, and recently we talked about the tapes and listened to some of them, including a letter that Kennedy dictated to his wife about their daughter.
Dearest Jackie, I'm divide this letter into two parts, one typewritten and the other handwritten. Typewritten part to give you the news of my visit to Newport. Period. I went up there last Friday afternoon, and Caroline looked beautiful. She was a great success on the beach and seemed to love the water.
What goes through your mind knowing that it's a father talking about his love for his daughter?
Oh, well, it's great. The scene that he is describing is really familiar, so it's really nice to be able to place both of us in that scene.
What did you learn about your dad listening in?
Well, I think first of all, I got a much greater appreciation for him at work. I think no kid knows what their parents do all day, and so for me, this was really, in that way, incredibly moving. I mean, I feel so lucky that there are so many recordings of him and all of that give me a way to learn about or connect with him.
You said something interesting. It's true. No kid really knows what their parents do. So here you are at the time of his death, 5 going on 6. What did you think he did? When did you know that he was president of the United States? Did you ever know that?
Well, I don't know. I guess he became president when I was 3. It was just, you know, whatever, where we lived, what I did. And I remember dancing. He would clap his hands, and my brother and I would dance. And I remember, you know, it was a big treat to go over and be able to see him in his office.
Some very serious things happened in the Oval Office, of course. One of them was the Cuban Missile Crisis.
It's very possible the Russians will fire at them as they board, and we'd have to fire back and have quite a slaughter. I would think we'd want 2 or 3 things. First, I think we'd want to have some control over cameras aboard these boats, so that we don't have a lot of people shooting a lot of pictures, which in the press might be embarrassing to all the picture taken. Oh, yeah, on the boats? Yeah. They all turn their cameras. Secondly, I don't know enough about the ships, but whether they ought to fire and whether they ought to go through 3 or 4 steps, such as asking them to stop, and they don't stop, asking them to have their crew come above decks so that they don't be damaged, so that we have this record made.
Are you surprised at how detailed he was?
I think that really came through in so many of these conversations, his attention to detail, and that was something that I had always heard about from my mother. But I mean, he was really paying attention to every bit of a lot of things.
What did your mom say to you about his attention to detail?
Well, he just had an incredible memory, incredible curiosity. You know, really always wanted to know everything about whatever was going on.
You know, one thing that really struck me was his involvement in the civil rights. I look at the country today, there's so many people that don't know the history, have no clue about the history of civil rights, and here is your father speaking very passionately about a young black student who had been admitted to the University of Mississippi. They were protesting on the ground. They did not want James Meredith there. And your father was talking to the governor about that.
We got to get order up there, and that's what we thought was going to happen.
President, please, why don't you, can't you give an order and try to remove him?
How can I remove him, Governor, when there's a riot in the street? You may step out of that building and something happen to him. I can't think move under those conditions. Let's get order up there, then we can do something about that.
Get surrounded with plenty of officials.
Well, we've got to get somebody up there now to get order and stop the firing and the shooting. Then you and I will talk on the phone about Meredith. But first, we got to get order.
He's really mad, and I know that tone of voice from my aunts and uncles, and I think that, you know, civil rights really went from being an important but not heated issue at the very beginning of his presidency to the major domestic crisis of the 20th century and the moral issue of our time.
What do you think he would have thought of Barack Obama?
Well, I think one of the things that I think both of them shared was just bringing in a whole new generation to the democratic process, and I think that that's really a significant accomplishment and legacy, and we don't even know what all the people that Barack Obama inspired are going to contribute yet.
Are you ever overwhelmed by your legacy? Because, you know, when people think of Kennedy, they think of Camelot, they think of your mom, they think of your dad, they think of your brother. And now, you know, of course, we have you. Are you ever overwhelmed by...
Now, of course, we have you.
We do. You know what I mean, Caroline, that we
Right,
have you.
I know.
Are you ever overwhelmed by the legacy of that?
Let's make this is enough. Let's make this is enough for here. I don't know what to say to Caroline Kennedy. Thank you.